Okay, so it's been weeks since we heard about these stimulus checks, and you might be asking yourself, where's my money? Who's got my money? Well, today we're going to answer just that. Stay tuned. Okay, so as you commonly may have heard, there's about $1,200 coming your way. That's if you earn less than $75,000 a year or $150,000 as a household. So, where's the money? Some have already been receiving the money, but most haven't received it yet. And there's going to be deductions for people who make over a certain amount of money. And there's going to be people who think they're going to receive it, but are actually not going to get it. Stay tuned for that because you don't want to fall into that category. Did you file your 2018 or 2019 tax return? Well, the good news is you don't have to file both. If you filed either 18 or 19, you will qualify. Now, the caveat is this. You have to make sure that the last known address that the IRS has is your current address, and the last known bank account that the IRS has is the bank account that you currently use today. Now, if that's not the case, you're gonna wanna contact the IRS right away. I'm gonna leave a phone number down below in the description so you can contact them. Make sure you call nice and early because the wait lines are out of this world. So I know what you're asking yourself. Wait a minute, I haven't filed in 2018 and 2019 because I'm exempt. Now what do I do now? Well, the IRS has put out a website, which I'm gonna leave down below, for you to go there and actually fill out the information that you need to input in order to get your money. So who falls into that category? Number one, are you a US citizen or an alien resident? Then the answer is yes. Number two, do you have a valid social security number? Number three, you could not have been claimed as a dependent on anyone else's tax return. And number four, your adjusted gross income was under the limit where it prompted you to have to file a tax return. If you're currently receiving social security benefits or disability benefits, then you don't have to worry about anything. Your money's in the mail. Remember we spoke about your income limit? Well, that number is $12,200 or $24,400 for a married couple. If you made under that amount, then you're not obligated to have to file a tax return, so you're going to be able to qualify for this. So in order to expedite your process, make sure you have available your full name, social security number, home address, driver's license number, your IPIN, which you should have received earlier this year, and the social security numbers for any children that are your dependents. And don't forget your bank account information because that's where the money is going to end up. Okay, so here's the part that you've all been waiting for. Who is not going to get the stimulus check? You're going to be surprised when you hear this. Did you make over $99,000 this year? Well, if you did, hopefully you have some of that money left over because you're not going to see any stimulus check at all. If you're the head of a household and made over $136,500, then you're also going to find yourself in the same category as being excluded. If both you and your spouse are working and you make over $198,000, then you're not going to qualify either. The next category of people are dependents. And this may seem like a no-brainer, but let's just say for a second that you're a college student and you work part-time, but your parents still claimed you as a dependent. Well, that means that you're not going to be able to qualify for the stimulus check. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Well, this one's a no-brainer, but I gotta throw it in there. You don't have a valid social security number. Either you have a fake one or you're using an ITIN number for work. That means you're not going to be able to qualify and you're not going to get the stimulus money either. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit of a problem for a lot of people. The fact that you're not a resident alien in this country. As we know, we have a big population of immigrants who are not naturalized in this country yet. I personally have a lot of tenants who fall into this category, and I've seen them struggle right now, and they don't know where they're going to be able to get money from, because I will tell you one thing, immigrants are very resourceful. They always find work wherever they need to because they know that they don't have the government to fall back on. But in these tough times, they're going to be in a really tough spot because they don't really have other employers to go to. There really isn't a place for them to go and just find extra work. So this is going to be a very difficult time for a lot of people in this country. So hopefully there are some measures that are passed soon to help people that are in this position. Okay, so let's say you earn over $75,000 but under $99,000. How much less money are you going to see? Well, it's going to be about $5 for every $100 you make over $75,000. So if you're not really good at math, I'll leave a link to a calculator down below so you guys can see exactly how much stimulus you're going to get. Do you need to take any additional action? The answer to that is no. If you filed your tax return, then you just have to sit back and wait for the money to come in. The only people who have to take any additional action right now are non-filers. But TurboTax and the IRS teamed up together and they created this website where you can actually go and fill out all that information that needs to be filled out. I'll leave a link to that down below in the description. That's going to be one that you're not going to want to miss. Now, I do want to point out one thing. There's going to be a lot of scammers out there trying to get your social security number and information from you in order to be able to use your identity for whatever purposes they use it for. So be very careful. The IRS will never call you and ask you for this type of information. They'll never ask it over the phone, and they'll never send you letters requesting information like that to be sent back. So if you find yourself in one of these positions, make sure that you report that number or report those people to the authorities right away. Now, I know that most American households don't really have that much reserves tucked away. And what we're learning right now from this circumstance and the experience that we're all going through is how important it is to save for a rainy day. I know that the stimulus check will help a lot of families, but then what? We're going to wait for stimulus 2, stimulus 3. We really have to think about the people who went through the Great Depression and why they are so prone to saving, because they went through such a hard time. I think that what's happening to us right now is actually going to condition us to be more of a nation of savers. And I know that savers have been punished and completely decimated over the last few decades, but hopefully we start thinking about how we can create more long-term wealth, investments, and actually keep some liquid cash for situations just like this. This is going to be a really interesting time for all of us to live through, and I'm really curious to see what we're going to learn and how I'm going to change. And maybe we don't need the extra fancy this or extra fancy that. Maybe we can tighten our belt a little bit more. And it's just not in hopes that we'll go through this again, but maybe just because we just never know. Nobody ever saw this pandemic coming. It wasn't even in consideration in the back of anyone's mind. So what I think in the future, a lot of businesses are going to try to trim as much fat as they can. They're not going to have as much overhead. They're not going to have as much staff. And I do feel like Americans are not going to be eating out as much, and we're not going to see people spending more than what they actually earn. Now, this is actually a really good thing for us personally, but as an economy, it may really hurt us because we are a nation of consumers. We consume more than any other country in the world. But things are going to change here. Things are going to change abroad. They're going to change everywhere. So with this money that's coming in right now, obviously we all have our needs. We have to take care of our stuff. But make sure that you're using it for the right reasons. Make sure that you're putting some of this money to work for you. I know it's not a lot, but whatever you can get your hands on, even if it's $20 that you spend on a book to open up your mindset, maybe teach you something that you need to learn, or maybe get a course that you can get online pretty cheap. Whatever it is that you need for you to better yourself and to make sure you never get in a position where you need assistance from the government, that's what I'm going to recommend you to do. You know, it's hard for me as a business owner to qualify for any of this, but I'm doing these videos because I would like to help everyone out there. I want to see everyone out there get back on their feet. I've been there before. There's been times in my life where I didn't even know if I had enough money to eat. I didn't know if I had enough money to pull 20 bucks out of the ATM or even buy a sandwich. But I don't want to see any of my friends like that. I don't want to see anyone else in this world like that. You know, my goal in life is to be able to give as much value and help as many people and influence as many people as possible. That's my goal. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. You know, it may not seem like much, and you know, it's 10-minute videos, 5-minute videos. You know, it may seem like, you know, these are just blips on the radar for you, but for me, it means a lot. I'm taking a lot of time from my personal life, taking a lot of time away from my business to create these videos in order to help you guys better yourselves. And I just want to also invite you, I'll take this moment now to tell you, invite you to a personal group that I created. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description where we can all work together on a more closer basis, and you can even get one-on-one access to me. You're not going to want to miss it, so don't be shy, guys. I'm inviting everyone to click it right now. So in closing, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and share this with a friend. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.